All right, it's finally book talk time. We were closed for testing this morning, but now we get to talk about books. Yay! If you watched our last video, then you'll know that I participated in a readathon this last Saturday. I did read for 24 entire hours instead of the whole time and read a bunch of books. But before the readathon, during the week, I managed to get 2 books read. One was called, can you see it? Resonance, and it was the sequel to Dissonance. We have both of them in our library. The premise of the story is that there is a key world in which the main characters live, and in the key world there are people that are called originals, and every time they make a decision, another world is created, and these are called echoes. There are also people called walkers that can move back and forth between all the different frequencies and echoes, and they can do things within these worlds. They can also manipulate the different echoes, even so far as to do what they call cleaving, which cuts an entire alternate reality off of the rest of the key world. And there's reasons that they do this, and they explain that in the book. I'm not going to explain that here, but it is a great story. There's lots of good details to help you understand exactly what's going on. There's a love interest, but it's not so much love interest that people like me don't want to read it. I don't really go in for that stuff a whole lot, but it was good. There's lots of action. Everything moves forward very quickly. I would highly recommend it. The other one that I read is called Forgive Me If I've Told You This Before, and it was also on the Hub Challenge list if any of you are doing that. I really enjoyed this. It's set in 1992 in Oregon, and for a little context, and it's a big part of the story, one of the things going on at that time is what they're calling Measure 9, where there are religious groups that are trying to pass laws to make homosexuality illegal. They're trying to ban gay people from working in schools, from working with children at all. And one of the main characters is coming to the realization that she is gay. So this affects her very closely. So you get to follow her through her journey of self-discovery and all this stuff. She's very funny, but it was a great book, and I would recommend it to anybody. Now, readathon books. I read all of these. See, this tiny little one I think took me about 30 minutes. It is a print version of a TEDx talk of the same name, We Should All Be Feminists. And the main reason I think people should read this is because it helps to understand really that feminism is not about holding women in higher esteem than men. It is not about dominating men. It is about equality, okay? And therefore, we should all be feminists, okay? So check it out. It also talks a little bit about feminism specifically in Africa, because the author is from Africa. So very quick. Rad American Women, A to Z. This one is an alphabetical list of small biographical sketches of various different women. I really liked it. It's a quick read, very diverse, so it would only take maybe about an hour to read this. It was great. Check it out. And this last one, You Don't Have to Like Me. It's essays about feminism. Again, main thing we're talking about here is what feminism isn't, and you can still be a feminist and say wear makeup and like guys and stuff like that. That's okay. It's not limiting you. It is helping expand what you can do. Okay, I also read this one, Convictoin by Kelly Lloyd Gilbert. This one has a lot of baseball talk in it, a lot of talking about faith and religion, family dynamics. The main character of the story is a pitcher in high school, and his father is a host of a Christian radio show. Okay, and at the beginning of the book, the father is arrested in the driveway of their house for running over a police officer with his car. Okay, so he is taken off to jail, and the son is going to have to testify as to what happened that night. So I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but just this story was tense, okay? I was at the end of this story, and I still didn't know what the son was going to do. So, great stuff. Kissing in America. This one is about a girl whose father has died recently in a plane crash. she tells everybody that he had a heart attack in his sleep, because it's just easier than explaining all of this stuff that goes around with the wreckage has not been completely discovered. They don't really know what happened to the plane. Her mother is not dealing very well with the grief. The daughter reads a lot of romance novels and stuff to kind of take her mind off of this, but she meets a guy through a tutoring session that she does, and then he moves to California. And she decides that she and her friend are going to go be on this show called The Smartest Girl in America, this quiz show, because her friend is really, really smart. They're going to go on this show as a way to get to California to see this guy. So most of the story is them getting ready to go to the show, going to the show, being on the road, things like that. But the characters are really sassy and fun. It's a great friendship story and a coming to know yourself story as well. So I would highly recommend that. It's not too romancy again. I also read the first 4 Scott Pilgrims. We have all 6 of these, in color. They're great. And then after the readathon was over, I read the last 2. So because I had the whole thing, so I had to read it. So of course, but all of these things are available to check out here in your library. So come on down and check something out. We will be closed tomorrow morning, but we won't be closed all day. So remember, come in before 8. Come in after testing is over. We will be closed after school today, or not today. We're actually open this afternoon because our meeting was canceled. We will be closed tomorrow afternoon, though, because we have a big long in service that we are going to go to. So anyway, have a nice day.